Hi, everybody. Janet Eichorst here. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I am starting today with last week it was I can't, these shoes gotta go. And this week I think it's I can't wear the pin. And let me explain. I was hanging out with my neighbors in my community of my apartment complex, and a woman came up and she was wearing this pin. And I don't know if this is going to be reversed for you or not, but it says, I am happy no matter what. And it even has a trademark on it. And this woman has always got this big smile on her face, and she's an older woman and, walks with a cane or a walker. Super nice woman. And I was like, oh, I get that. And so we started talking a little bit just about happiness. And so she ends up taking this pin off and she wants me to have it. And I'm like, oh, no, no. She's like, no, no. She insisted that I have this pin. So I thought, okay, I like to, be fun and do things like that, wear a pin occasionally. So I went to put it on and I couldn't. I couldn't put on the pin that said, I am happy no matter what. So that immediately initiates my curiosity as to why I can't wear this pin. And those of you that know me and have been with me for a while know that I talk a lot about shadow work and all of us and not spiritual bypassing, being present to what is. And when I thought more about this, I am happy no matter what came up for me was like, oh, there was a version of me before that this was very helpful for, where I really had to work towards, I'll say, put some focus on, some energy towards discovering what real happiness is, and that it's possible, and that I believe in it. That was a very important part of my journey at one point in time. And then as I go on in my evolutionary process, as we all do, live my life, I discovered that this I am happy no matter what can be a willful way, a way of using my currency that's not in alignment, where I'm not paying attention to what actually is in the way that I need to. And we can call that spiritual bypassing. And that's not cool with me anymore. So I have talked about no matter what. I've talked about that a lot in our conversations. And I would say for me, showing up no matter what, absolutely. And I was even thinking about gratitude and how important gratitude can play a part in my world when I'm feeling off, when some of that old conditioning gets in there. A very quick way of shifting states is to start expressing gratitude about anything, right? I'm glad I have two hands. I mean, even sometimes I have to reach a little bit if I get too, I want to say, separated from my authentic self. And I think that's really the topic that I wanted to bring forward today is, what is your foundational essence? And what are some ways to describe that? I can describe that as happiness. I've talked a lot about my foundational joy. And that can be, excuse me, my nose itches. That can be present even if I have other stuff going on at the same time. A level of uncomfortability, a level of being disturbed. So I've also talked about faith and what that is, like that foundational faith, that God consciousness, that beautiful life force energy that moves through us as us. How does that feel foundationally to you? This button, the process of it, was really about noticing that I am here and I was here before. Being happy no matter what at one phase of my life really was that expansive moment for me to embrace and be able to believe in and receive a level of happiness and even joy and just satisfaction for life that hadn't been as active in my life. So that's what happened. I saw this button. I was like, oh, right. It was helpful then. This is helpful now. Uncomfortability is part of our process on this planet Earth. The level of density that is conditioned, that is in the patterning, that is in the trauma that we've experienced as human beings on this planet and even in other incarnations, right? That's here until it's not. So, I have things that I do in my life, self-care rituals, so that I am present and nurture and remember and help. Let's see, how do I want to say this? You could say activate those higher vibrational states that I am as a form of God consciousness. And foundationally, I want to know that always, no matter what is happening in my life. Okay, so I can really feel the energy getting stronger here. So let's all just take a few moments together and breathe, expressing gratitude, a very quick and efficient way to shift states of consciousness. And when we use our breath, we can shift our states of consciousness in a single breath. And even quicker than that, in a millisecond, just by a level of, it's a combination of surrendering, relaxing, allowing, knowing, focusing on that God, force, source energy. So let's breathe here together. If you're up for it, if you want to play a little bit here. And the invitation is that foundational essence of you, pure creationally, God consciousness. Breathe and focus on that. And let that transform your experience of your reality here. Change your state in whatever way is most helpful to bring forward happiness or joy. Maybe your version of that is more peace and calm. The relaxation of the body allows those alignments to happen, those energetic fields. We have so many of them. We have so many energetic systems running through our physical body and our etheric bodies. And the relaxation of our physical bodies, our vessels, helps that flow to be as clear and as pure and as strong and as potent and as vital as it can possibly be. So that's why I like to put one hand on my heart and one hand on my belly, because through that lower chakra system, we can say the lower parts of our body, is how we interact in the physical world. So breathe deep into that body and see if you can just relax a little more, whatever that is. Is there any part of you that's tight? Wow, I'm feeling a big more love, not less. And if anything's coming up for you right now that is needing some extra love, whatever that is, maybe it's an emotion, maybe it's a physical pain, more love. Unconditional love is foundational in this universe that we are in. There we go. Let your spine align. And maybe just move it around a little bit, right? Move your spine, move your shoulders, maybe your head, maybe your neck. Maybe your head's not straight up and down. Imagine that from the very top of your head, there's a thread. And just allow that to just gently pull up and align everything simply and easily. And if there's another way you have to do this personally, do it. Oh, there we go. All right, we're bringing in some potentialities now. Some potentialities for you that will help you. This is the potential to access more of that foundational power, life force energy, God essence. Ooh, there's ideas here. There's healing potentials. There's ways to resolve density. Imagine that you have a field around you, because you do. You have multiple fields around you, and allow this to be so imbued with this pure life force energy, unconditionally love-based, that it shifts everything that's not in alignment with unconditional love. This is what's possible here. There you go. Okay, now it feels like you just kind of settle back into yourself a little more, so find that sweet spot, like forward and back. And if you happen to be standing for some reason, it's, you pay attention, and even when you do stand, where is your center of gravity? Are you in your heels or in your toes or somewhere in between? Pay attention to this, and you can find that ideal alignment that allows that pure life force energy that moves through you as you to be strong and vital and do exactly what it needs to do to help you live your best life, I will say. Oh, there, okay. So your foundation, if there's things in your foundation that are no longer in alignment, and you don't even have to know consciously what this is at this moment, you may, and you don't need to know. Let your foundation get more in alignment with your true blueprint. And if you don't resonate with those words, find the ones that you do resonate with, that you feel like your best self, more like you, more like the true you that you are. Vibrant, beautiful, calm, peaceful, strong, loving. And maybe you too have access to that exuberant joy. And that can look a number of different ways. It may look, especially with the neurodivergent crowd, it may look completely different. And that's cool. I'm talking about radiance. Radiance that's in alignment with your soul signature that forms a field around you. Oh, there we go. So let all the fields around you come into coherence, alignment, pure alignment, and let anything else that's not in alignment go now. Whew, just let it go. That simply, that easily. And take a deep breath. Allow those beautiful, pure frequencies to flow through your physical body, oxygenating, energizing, clearing. I mean, we have a continual process that our body's doing all the time where we get nutrients, waste gets carried away. We want that to work optimally. And that's what we're intending and allowing that life force energy to do on our behalf better, whatever that means for you. Oh, there's a lot of energy movement. Woo! So be present, whatever that means. Just breathe, relax the best you can, and receive whatever energetics, whatever codes, whatever downloads are helpful for you right now. Beautiful. So let's talk a little more practically now. What are your no matter whats? Many years ago and still today, I talk about kind of bottom lines, like what my self-care routines are. And these are important because we get to know our bodies, we get to know how we're wired, and at various points, there's things that are bottom lines, things that if I do consistently, I feel better. I don't fall down those rabbit holes where I'm spinning into, states that are not comfortable, that I don't have to be in anymore. So what are your no matter whats? Maybe you have a routine. Maybe you do some form of prayer and meditation, and that doesn't have to be sitting, with your legs crossed in the Om position. Maybe it's readings that you do. Maybe it's your declaration or affirmations. Maybe it's about just being silent and still. Maybe it's about running, where you feel that life force energy, some form of exercise, bicycling, running, swimming, where you are consciously intending that life force energy flows through all your energetic systems so beautifully that you feel energized and restored to a vital, amazing version of you. What are they? How are you with your relationships? How much contact you have with other people? Maybe there are certain prayers that you do. I'm trying to think of what mine are. There's always a form of movement. I don't feel like I can fully embody this vessel that I'm in, be here, without some sort of movement practice. I love Qigong. I like to hike. These are ways that I use to enjoy this part of being physical. I love meditation. Before I get out of bed in the morning, there's certain things that I do based on things that I've learned, where I work with my body, my mind, and my spirit to get them in alignment before I get out of bed in the morning. Super helpful. Some people do that more at night. I tend to do both. During the day, sometimes I just need to get horizontal. There's certain groups of people that I tend to talk to or meet with enough that they help me stay on the spiritual beam. I have a beautiful support system. And I talk to these people regularly because when we get together heart to heart, things happen, they shift, right? We share frequency with each other. Super important to me. Service, helping other people. Sometimes I think that I don't do that. And then I did my morning stuff this morning and I thought, oh, well, I just walked my neighbor's dog. Yesterday I blew off my other neighbor's porch. I'm constantly, doing things for other people because I care about them. They are my community. So what are your no matter whats? Do you need to set some more, I'll say rigid things that you do self-care wise? Food. What do you eat? Do you need to clean that up? Are you getting enough protein? Are you getting too much protein? Are you eating too much sugar? What about your caffeine intake? What is it for you that you can do consistently right now with yourself? These patternings, when we're in expansive moments and we're still shifting big time, we're in this process and we're not going to be done for a while. So how do you support and love yourself And for me, I have to remind myself when I'm caring for my dog or caring for myself that I find great joy in that and satisfaction, even if it's not that big joy. It's that, yeah, this is how I want to spend my time. This is unconditionally joy-based. And this matters. Right? That was a very quick 20 minutes. Thank you so much. I hope that you foundationally support yourself in any and all ways that help you be empowered and be the version of you that you want to be. Thank you so much. Till next time, much love. Bye for now.